Watch, it is good for our society. Youth Crime Watch, it is good for our society. Let's build our society. Let's build our society. Let's build our security. Let's build our security. Youth Crime Watch, it is good for our society. Youth Crime Watch, it is good for our society. Domestic violence, poverty, poor sanitation, prostitution, unemployment, illiteracy, injustice, land dispute, lack of information, abandoned structures, drug abuse, teenage pregnancy, armed robbery, bad governance. Youth Crime Watch, it is good for our society. Youth Crime Watch, it is good for our Youth Crime Watch, it is good for our society.
We have to go on the field to really look in the market, what is missing in the market to get it and bring it into that market. And even we are 15 selling the same market here, the services I will run out to customer will buy my market more than you. And the strategy is right into this building.
We learned about the CRM, which is for the customer's relationship management. Let me admit to you that in Liberia, this is one of our shortcomings in business activities. You go to marketplaces and see business women in bitter argument with customers. And at the end of the day, you see that the seller lost their customers and businesses collapse. Then we learned so many good things. You see that from what we were taught, we were able to come up with a well-developed business plan.
As a local organization, as I can see, what are your activities?
Youth Crime Watch is a youth-led crime prevention, youth empowerment, and leadership program. And we are there to instill positive values and foster good citizenship among young people. And we started way back in 2004. And at the time, we decided to focus mainly on crime reporting program, setting up Youth Crime Watch program in schools and community. Because at the time, looking at police dossiers, most of the crime committed were committed by young people, right? So then we decided to actually form a youth-led program like Youth Crime Watch to then transform young people and then to engage the community in a more positive way.
You are more concerned about other programs, but while entering your office, I saw on your gate, Be the Change Academy. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, the Be the Change Academy is a very big program, so this is why I decided to discuss about other programs before running into the Be the Change program. The Be the Change Academy actually started in Kenya, in Kisumu, Kenya, by our partner Peace Child International. And after looking at the situation, in the unemployment level, not just only in Liberia, but also in a West African country, especially the MRU basin, Peace Child then decided to work along with our youth leaders from the MRU country to draft a kind of a concept and a proposal to see how the Be the Change Academy could be established in the MRU countries. And that is how, through the leadership of Peace Child International, we were able to get the support from the Norwegian government to run the Be the Change Academy in Liberia, in Sierra Leone, and Guinea. And the Be the Change Academy is a business entrepreneur skills training program, want to benefit, young people. But it happens to be that this particular project is about benefiting young women. Yeah, so that is how the Be the Change program came into being, and that started 2013, and we actually launched the Be the Change program in Liberia in 2013, and we had our other colleagues from the MRU countries that run the Be the Change program in Guinea and Sierra Leone came to Liberia, and we launched the program right here in the Young Women Empowerment Center. As you know, the Young Women Empowerment Center was supported by the Japanese government. This whole center you see here was constructed by the support of the Japanese people, the government of Japan.
So how directly exactly do you empower those young women? What do you do?
No, first thing is that it is very clear in Liberia, young women, actually want to do something. They are very enthusiastic. They want to actually be the change, that they want to see. But what happens is that the opportunity, are not there. And what happens is that they have ideas, they want to do something, but they don't have the knowledge on how to run a successful business. So what we do is that we then go into the community, spread out the information on Youth Crime Watch, Be the Change Academy program, about this initiative. People who want to actually be part of the initiative come in at Youth Crime Watch office, and also other communities area where we go, we set up our table or find a particular structure in that particular community, work with community leaders, or go to churches, talk to the pastor, and make announcement in the church, even the mosques as well, because even we did a necessary loan to it.
So since 2013 up to now, how many persons estimatedly have you been able to train?
We have been able to train over 3,700 young women in Maserado, in Sanaye.
That we have to go on the field to really look in the market, what is missing in the market, to get it and bring it into that market. And even we are 50 selling the same market here, the services I will run out to customer will buy my market more than you. And the strategy is right into this building.
We learned about the CRM, which is why the Customers Relationship Management. Let me admit to you that in Liberia, this is one of our shortcomings in business activities. You go to marketplaces and see business women in better argument with customers. And at the end of the day, you see that the seller lost their customers and businesses collapse. Then we learned so many good things. You see that from what we were taught, we were able to come up with a well-developed business plan.
Hey, welcome to Youth Crime Watch Be the Change program. Could you please tell us who you are, your name, and when you started a business?
I'm Yepi Nyambo, live in Pumla community, graduated from the Youth Crime Watch, and student of the University of Liberia, really general punishment. I started this business 2013. Yes. I graduated from the Youth Crime Watch, 6-month training. Through their training, I was able to establish business everything fast.
So, in short, can you just tell this program what new has this training added to your life as a woman?
Thank you. The training added so much value to my life. Because first of all, I never thought I would do something on my own to live here. I never thought I would start something. But when I attended at school, during the training and things, I was able to get a confidence, yes, to start something through their loan, we graduated. I had to start something with it and then see myself this far. And they always encouraging me, come here and check on me.
So during your lessons that you took in class, which one of the topics really motivated you to start your own business?
Something that really motivated me was needed a customer, because for me, customer service, they taught me customer service and how to do business and when to start business and how to start business and what to sell. Yes. The community, the environment you live in, you should observe the environment before opening any type of business. Yes. So I decided, but then I can start with water and solving while I read at the intersection, anybody can pass and feed test it or want to do their test. So I started.
Yeah, you make mention of customer service. Can you just explain to our listening audience how should they apply customer service to their businesses?
Yes, customer service is very important in business. You can even follow the shop. If you don't know how to talk to customers, it will be a waste. Some people can end up going saying that, oh, they're making medicine with me. Because if the person can, if you don't smile in front of the person, you can provide what the person wants, tie your face, answer the person rough way, and think, it will make the person will never want to come back again to you. Yeah, but the way you talk to a customer, you encourage them, even if you don't have the product or the goods they want, you encourage them to take another one, they will feel impressed the next time, they will let it stop. They need to out with you.
So, can you also be able to explain to us where did you start from? How big was it? Did you start with $50, $200, $1,000 US or what?
I started with $60.
United States dollars.
That's
very nice. Wow.
I started with $60. And then I boiled the water, $60 water. So I boiled the water and sold it. Within 2 hours, the water, you have to finish the $60 water. When you give boil, not 20 water. So the whole day after I got through selling, I was able to get $50 for that. So the next day, I decided to buy 300 water and I sold it. I was able to get, the whole day I sold, I was able to get 700. So the following I decided to add soft drink to it. And when I bought 6 bottles of soft drink, I added with water until after 2 weeks after the add cans soft drink. I had 6 cans soft drink, 6 into 6 was added with it. And I continue.
What's your name?
My name is Nora Posa.
Okay. Where did you get your business skills training from?
I got my business skills training from Youth Crown Wash of Liberia, that is Be The Change Academy, in 2014.
Okay. And after your business skills, what value did the YCWL, which is the Youth Crown Wash of Liberia, Be The Change, added? What value did the training add to your Youth Crown Wash add to your training?
There were many things that we were taught that added value to us, especially when it comes to being innovative in your business. Like when I attended a training, I made a business proposal for charging booth. And then I started a business. I was given funding, $250 USD. I started a business in Benson community. When I started a business, I was going to school, but then I entrusted somebody with a business, and then the person was not fair enough. Because I was taught how to be innovative in your business management, I had another idea to switch to another thing because I had a skill that is tailoring. As you can see all around me, I have my materials. This is my electric sewing machine, my single machine. As you can see, my clothes all here. So I thought it was, I said, I can't just sit after I've gone through all of this training that I should be innovative in my business. So I went ahead, I said, okay, I think I have to start another thing. So I went, I took my money, I bought lapels, I bought all the things, I started sewing, selling it out. And the business has been so helpful to me. I have been able to properly account for my finance due to the training, because we were taught how to record your cash, how to come up with your fixed costs from your variable costs, and then come up with your net profit. So I've been doing all of that. It has really helped me. I know how to go about to account for my expenditure, how to account for my profit. So the business has really been going far. Right now I even have the school right here, Asian. I have the contract, but it has been doing a lot for me.
Got the funding from the Norwegian government, and as you just said, we can ask. You said you started from a charging booth, and now you have come to another level, which is tailoring, right?
Even open tailoring material shop.
Okay, so I would like to ask: are you an employer now, and how many people are you able to?
Right now, I open the tailoring material shop. I employ a lady who is a single parent, taking care of her children. Her father does not care. Right now, she is taking care of that business, and I'm paying her every month. You can see my younger brother too. This is Isaac Poe. I'm teaching him, I'm imparting the skills to him also, that tomorrow he can be.
You people every day and making sure that you people get all of us to learn. We also want to recognize all the men that took up the bold step to be a part of this training, especially the guys on that left and the guys Zubatan. We want to recognize them. This is a woman program for you. And we also want to recognize the older women that saw it as a privilege. And you know, they still need to learn. They still have passion to learn. They believe that time wasted can still be regained. So they took up the bold step. We want to appreciate them all for being a part of this program. I want to say thank you to everybody. Without you, the program cannot be a success. We want to thank you, and we say all of what we have taught you, may you apply it to your businesses so that we'll grow in time to come. Thank you all. Have your seats. Congratulations.